Hey folks, wanted to get to you before the show and let you know a couple places where you could reach us. We have Twitter. God damn it. Hey, piss off.
Hi.
Hey folks, this is Matt with the Sort of Professional Podcast. Just want to let you know a couple places where you could reach us. It's facebook.com/sortofprofessional is our Facebook page. Sortofprofessional.com is our website where you can get all the other links that I'm going to be giving you, but hey, who cares, right? You need to know beforehand. If you want to reach the main place where we upload our podcast, that's sortofprofessional.podbean.com, and you can leave a comment or follow us there. You can also follow us on iTunes or Google Play. Go ahead, Rich. You look like you want to say something.
I'm trying not to sneeze.
Is that what that is?
Yeah.
Okay. And then the one that I've messed up 3 times now is twitter.com/sortofprofessional.
Hey, Mazel Tov.
I'm sorry, I messed it up again. It's Sorta Podcast. Had to change that. So it's at Sorta Podcast, which is better than it was originally, which is Sorta Professio 2.
I didn't even
is
know
what it was originally. Yeah. So now it's at Sorta Podcast, and you can reach us there. Or, easier yet, sortofprofessional@gmail.com. Good old basic bitch email. All right, folks, enjoy the theme song. Can you tell we're recording now?
I can tell by the way you press the button.
More like
You should tell them what
slammed
we're
it.
recording, though.
Who?
You should tell them what we're recording. It's the Sort of Professional Podcast with Matt and Rich.
Fuck, is that what it is?
Yep. The
God
only
damn.
podcast that can lead you to deletion.
So wait, you're
Rich.
Rich? Okay, so that makes me Matt.
Sometimes.
Only okay. Next week it
Depends on what Pangea plane we live on.
What?
Exactly.
Is that a broken thing?
It could be. Or a woken thing.
Because you were
I have a little figure here of this.
Yeah, you were just blowing him before we started the podcast.
He had dust on him.
Yeah, that.
Hey, yeah. I let that one fly. So, what are we going to talk about this week?
Well, let's.
Oh, you got notes.
Well, I just didn't want to forget what I read. So, like every week, we're going
Do
to
you
just.
not have paper that's the size of paper at your house?
It's from this notebook.
I know, but you always bring little tiny pieces of paper.
I'm sorry.
You don't have like lined paper at your house or copy paper?
This paper makes everything else look bigger. So I could just act like I have a giant's hand when I'm holding it. All right, let's get this stuff out of the way here.
What stuff would that be?
Well, seeing as nothing I say is going to make you read Man of Steel.
Nope.
We just won't even talk about it.
You can talk about it.
It wasn't bad.
I'd like to hear about it. Make me want to read it.
Well,
be exciting.
The only thing that really was kind of exciting to me about it was the end, because it was over. No,
that doesn't make me want to read it at all.
That's not true.
That makes me want to throw it into a dumpster fire.
They teased that something apparently happened to Lois and John. Actually, they teased it throughout the book, but they kind of start to show you at the end, and then they say, to be continued in Man of Steel 2.
What happened to him?
Who knows? Bright flash of light, something happened.
Wow. Creative.
Brian Michael Bendis might not even know right now. He's probably sitting there writing the next issue going, fuck, what happened?
He's not. He's waiting for all those apologies.
Apologies?
You sent me the tweet.
That's right, I did. I forgot about that tweet. We'll talk about that later. It was okay. It wasn't earth-shattering like he was saying it was going to be, but whatever.
How's the new villain?
Every writer has to say that. He is a villain?
What's his name?
I have no idea.
What does he do?
He destroyed Krypton. Against the wishes of the people that he worked for.
I thought the planet exploded.
It did, because he made
it explode. You already lost me. I'm done. Nope.
All right. We're moving on to... Let's talk about the wedding prelude. You liked
an interesting book. It made me like Catwoman for the first time in years.
Really? What was it about?
The interaction with her and Damien at the end.
Oh, where she
She basically tells him that she'll be his mother, but doesn't want to be his mother at the same time.
Well,
his friend.
Yeah, ally.
Yeah, I thought that was cool.
Yeah,
wasn't what I was expecting.
I kind of was. I wasn't expecting her to say I don't want a kid. I wasn't expecting
made all
that.
the people from the '80s cry.
Yeah, I'm fine with it.
Needed a drink.
They don't need another kid.
Catwoman made me thirsty. You never know what's going to come out of my mouth, so just keep going.
I think you know what that means. But you're of the older generation, so
Me?
sometimes it's tough to know.
Me?
Yeah, you.
I have no idea what I just said.
Thirsty?
Yeah.
Kids nowadays use it to mean horny.
Why? We have a word for it already. Why do we need another word?
I don't know. Because cool kids. Who knows? I saw a lot of excitement on Twitter that Damien was dressed in traditional Arab garb for the wedding.
I didn't even notice.
Didn't?
Nope.
How did you?
I just thought the guy was making a big shirt for him and was making it smaller.
That's totally not what that was. I think he even calls it what it is.
Yeah, those, like, sometimes when Damien talks, it's like when Thor talks. I just glaze over the big words that I don't care about.
Okay.
Like, I'm still trying to figure out what the TT that he does sometimes when he's not happy. Yeah.
That's what that is.
Why do I need to hear it every other page?
Because that's what Damien does.
But it's not a cartoon.
Yeah, people annoy him, and that's a sound he makes.
Cartoons. That's for later.
What'd you think about the very end of the book?
With my boy the Joker?
Yep. The overarching story apparently is going to be that.
Good. Dude needs to come back.
Did you see the preview pages for the next one?
No, I've tried not to look at them preview pages for anything because I tend to then get bored when I'm reading the book because I've already read those 5 pages. So, does it show the Joker?
No.
I do like that he burned that dude's eyes out.
Hey, he wants to know where the hell his wedding invitation is. Somebody's going to tell him.
Was he the one that told Race, or that was after? Because how did Race find out about the wedding? Unless Talia told him.
I'm assuming Talia. No, I don't know why Talia would tell him. They don't get along very well right now.
Like a normal father and daughter.
Mm.
You don't fight with your father with a sword every night?
No, not usually.
I thought it was good. The art took me a little getting used to. They had like extra lines under their eyes, but as the end of the book came along, I got into it. Like the arcade fight was awesome.
Yeah, can we use that to transition to a new book? Do you mind?
What? Are we gonna read about cheese Viking?
No, art.
Sure.
No Justice.
Yes.
Which finished up this week.
Yeah. I didn't finish reading it yet.
It felt super rushed, and that's fine because I'm not going to talk about issue number 4. I'm going to talk about last week's, which was No Justice 3.
Mm-hmm.
Where 3/4 of the art I thought was bad.
Rushed. It looked rushed.
It was not. You could it was very obvious when the style changed. Of course.
Maybe, just maybe, Francis Manapul put a man bun on and said that he's a big fan of the old Justice cartoons, and that's why he made it look like that.
Well, that wasn't Francis Manapul.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
No, I have no idea.
It's the guy that created Thundercats Roar.
Oh, God. Okay, we're done talking about books. We're moving on to news.
Oh, we're not allowed to say anything because we can't make our own. That's the new thing.
Doomsday Clock was good. Super Sons Dynamite was good, too. Rich didn't like Doomsday Clock, though. So now we're moving on.
But I never liked Doomsday Clock.
You didn't. So now we're moving on.
Amazing Spider-Man 800 was good.
We're going to talk about news. Do you want to talk about Thundercats Roar? Or are you going to tell them, or are you going to let them tell you that you can't talk about it?
I want to talk about Thundercats Roar. There's a lot I want to talk about. Like, I lost 2 shows that are very important to me this month, or last month. Thundercats, and now we don't have Roseanne anymore.
Let's not talk about... Roseanne will leave out just because I really don't...
Well, all I
wanna
want to
talk
say is
about-
I enjoyed the new Roseanne, and I'm sad
Yes.
he's gone.
Exactly. I wish I could see more Dan Connor. That's what I was watching the show for.
Everybody was watching the show for that. And now I'll never know if he fixes that basement door.
Yeah. So we're not.
But Thundercats Roar is everything that's wrong in my mind. Is not. I don't care if you feel differently. Not you. I'm talking to anybody who's listening. Everything that's wrong with cartoons in my mind is Thundercats Roar. And I don't like that people, now as you see, I'm trying to pick my words carefully here, have gotten to the point now where if you state an opinion like, I don't like this because I was a fan of the other two previous shows, you can't have that opinion because you can't create a better cartoon. My answer to them is, fuck you. Not everybody's going to agree.
I made a very unkind comparison to. I can't even remember who it was. Somebody I was talking to at the store. I said it was like Steven Universe, Thundercats Steven
that.
Universe. Here's the problem, though, is that Steven Universe actually looks like somebody, even though I don't like the art style, looks like somebody competent is drawing it.
Like Star versus the Universe. Same style, but the backgrounds and everything looks like they put effort into it.
Thundercats Roar looks like somebody can't even keep consistent in the way they draw badly.
We're going to get lit up for talking about this.
Fine. It looks like shit.
I agree with you. You have no disagree. And the fact that people just chalk me off because I grew up in the 80s.
And I'm also sick and tired, by the way, of these, we're going to make 15-minute funny cartoons based off of old dramatic shit.
You're not a Teen Titans Go fan, right? So you're not part of the problem. It's the Teen Titan Go generation that likes that 15-minute stuff.
It is going to be the death of serious cartoons.
Yep. And now that we said that, people are going to be mad.
Too bad.
That's what I said. I don't understand why we can't have an opinion. Everybody talks about we want everybody to be happy and accept everything, but they can't accept an opinion that's different than theirs. And people can yell at me all they want. They've been yelling at me for 3 weeks now. And you can cry and you can yell at me all you want. It doesn't change my mind. It still looks awful.
Yeah.
And the funny thing about it was people were sending this to me and go, oh, Rich, look, a new Thundercat cartoon. Because they knew if they told me what it was, I wasn't going to watch it. So I had just had enough, and I freaked out on one post. I was asked to remove it. I just made it private to friends only. Because people were threatening to badmouth me to higher ups and stuff. But I don't like it. I'm not going to change my mind. I didn't like the Batman when it started either.
Neither did I.
Wasn't until season 3, and after that Batman vs. Dracula movie came out that I got into it.
I liked it when Robin came on.
That's season 3.
So, yep.
And season 3, and the Thundercat people right now who are going, oh, well, we need something different. We need something. The Batman tried something different, and by season 3, they had to go right back to what made Batman popular. Robin, Batgirl, a correct Joker.
Well, even the 2011 cartoon was different than the original.
Oh, and I would like to clear one thing up. All these people going, that show was canceled because nobody watched it. No, that show was canceled because Cartoon Network canceled it.
That's bullshit.
It had a second season renewal.
Mm-hmm.
It debuted in prime time, and then they just started fucking around, putting it on at 5 o'clock in the morning.
And they said this other cartoon is going to be cheaper for us, so we're not going to produce the season 2 of this anymore. Goodbye.
But I just can't fathom other creatives like myself telling people how they should feel. I don't stomach that well at all. And there are a lot of people who I was fans of that I will not buy anything for anymore because they did that. And feel free to do the same with me.
Yeah.
What are you doing? Why are you picking the head on your microphone?
Because there was some hair. Why were you blowing Matt Hardy earlier?
Because he had dust on him. Told you that before. Anyway, let's get away from Thundercats Roar.
Let's.
I think I articulated how I felt without screaming and yelling. I didn't have to cry. I wasn't triggered. I didn't need a safe space. And I didn't cry that I was some kind of angry baboon from the 80s who needs to die.
Okay, so let's move on to the one we talked about earlier.
Which one?
Another one that I'm sure will make you very happy is Bendis predicts worried Superman fans will end up apologizing to him.
I told you he had a better chance of expecting the Easter Bunny to be real. That was my quote. It's on Twitter. People can see it all they want. People have a reason to worry. This man likes to change things.
Yeah.
For no apparent reason.
And while I'm sure he has...
Good intentions.
Sure.
I think he has good intentions when he goes into a project.
I think that what we need to be worried about is... Like right now it's Action Comics and it's Superman. Okay. That's 2 comics that he's working on. Okay. It's when he picks up a 3rd comic. And then a 4th comic.
And none of those comics better have the word bat or man in it.
We really need to start worrying. Because that's when his attention is too divided.
I don't like to trash talk other creatives on air. I'll do it with you personally because, I'm allowed to say whatever I want in my own house.
Right.
But I don't think he purposely tries to... That's
not what I'm saying either.
I know. I don't think he goes into a project and goes, let me fuck this up as much as possible.
Exactly, yeah.
I was trying to not use curse words, but I'm from New York, so that's difficult.
But I think, like I was saying, I think his attention gets divided. And you're writing 4 or 5 books a month. Of course, the quality of some of those is going to suffer.
And he's another one that, and this is my own personal, he tends to listen to the internet a lot. And it's not just the correct internet. He doesn't listen to all the internet. He listens to the ones who scream the loudest. That's just my opinion of him.
Yeah.
But it's just how he comes off. I like people like Ed McGuinness. Ed McGuinness doesn't have an online presence. Ryan Otley, he just posts artwork.
If you ever get the chance, I wish you might be able to find a clip of it somewhere, but Greg Capullo was on Fat Man with Batman. And he was talking about specifically comic book resources and how he hates the forums there.
Mm-hmm.
And how...
I think everybody in the universe, though.
He doesn't even go there. But apparently Scott Snyder was going there and reading shit.
God.
He thought he was stupid for doing that, and I agree.
I didn't even realize that No Justice ended this week. I was just getting into it. It's just over. So now we're going to have Justice?
Yeah. Actually. Wouldn't surprise me if the first issue
and they added your
Justice.
favorite character to that book. The Joker's going to be in it.
Of course. Well, they're doing the Legion of Doom type thing.
I'm happy about that. I never realized we'd never actually gotten the TV Legion of Doom in the comics. This will be the first time.
I'm struggling to think because it hurts.
And I know when the original Legion of Doom debuted, they couldn't use some of the characters because they were on other shows. That's why we had like the Toy Man instead of the Joker.
Okay. Well, we'll see how that goes.
I wanted to pick up Man of Steel because Ivan Rice drew it.
Well, the art was really good. Jason Fabok, I think, he did 2 pages, I think, at the very end of the book. Are also really good.
Now that's weekly, right? So for the next 6 weeks, you'll be getting Superman books.
Is it a 6 issue? For some reason, I thought it was another 4 issue thing.
I'm very tempted to keep getting Adventure of Superman or Action Comics.
Action Comics,
because Patrick Gleason's still working on it.
Yeah.
But I just can't. I just can't do it. There's just I still have sour grapes, as I like to call it, about X-Men. And until he proves otherwise, I won't buy anything.
Well, you'll have to read it to.
You're my gauge. If you tell me he's staying true to the character and he's been a year from now, I'll pick up a trade. I always do that.
Okay.
But it's got to be at least a year or so.
So
I feel like you're doing my taxes.
I am. Let's move on.
So
less touchy.
Or like I'm in like the Supreme Court and they're like, so your opinions on Brian Michael Bendis, and you're writing little notes as I'm talking. I'm like,
well,
what's going on
less
here?
touchy subjects. I'm actually looking at the phone to get to new shit. Less touchy subjects.
Nobody touched me. Show me on the Matt Hardy doll where the Superman comic hurt you.
Here. Right there.
Right on his heart.
Yeah. No, but
Called him a
Andrew.
doll. What the fuck is wrong with me?
You did. And Andrew Lincoln is leaving The Walking Dead.
That's not a. Give this show to Jeffrey Dean Morgan. Instead, they gave $20 million to Norman Reedus to mumble for a season. And I don't understand this. If he's going to be the lead, is it going to be an evil show now? Because Norman Reedus was bad in the last episode. Do you even watch The Walking Dead?
I assume they'll change that.
I always thought Andrew Lincoln was going to leave. It just seemed like they were heading towards that. Now he can write more weird songs about Chandler Riggs.
What?
You ever seen this? I post all this stuff on Facebook. Rob doesn't show you?
No.
He wrote a song like after they killed Carl. Andrew Lincoln's just to me seems like a weird dude, and not the kind of weird like me and wrestling fans are.
He's British.
Yeah, like he could be the next Doctor Who. Can you imagine that? That would break the world.
It'll be a couple years.
That would break the world.
Um,
What's he gonna do now? Why leave a show? The show's popular. You're making money.
maybe,
What's he gonna do?
But maybe he's one of those people that thinks, I don't want to be on a bad show anymore.
It's not bad. It's only
maybe
bad
he
because
thinks it is.
I don't think it's bad. Well, I don't know how I'm gonna like it.
And frankly, he's probably tired of going from, I'm going to kick ass for an episode, then get weepy again. Then I'm going to kick ass for an episode a season later, and then get weepy again.
But he's been doing that for 9 seasons.
Yeah, and it's annoying.
He was pretty badass in the fight with Negan, where he lit the Lucille on fire. I did like that.
And then he probably cried like a bitch after.
No, he didn't cry at all.
No?
No, he only cried after he read the letter from Carl. And that made sense because it was his dead son. But now they strayed away from the comic. I don't actually know about the comic. Look at that. I don't know how they're going to... I guess Daryl will be the leader. They should have kept Morgan.
What happened to Morgan?
He's on Fear of the Walking Dead now. He went to the West Coast.
Yeah, that's right. That they're concurrent now, aren't they?
But from what I read, I guess at the end of this season, it's supposed to reset again. So Morgan could come back.
Did the quality of Fear the Walking Dead pick up?
I haven't watched all the episodes because I was I didn't feel like listening to more people talk about a zombie apocalypse again. But the writing on this season with Morgan is excellent.
Well, the first season of Fear the Walking Dead
was awful.
looked like public access show.
It was awful.
It looked bad.
But this season's excellent. I just watched the first 3 episodes. They're like 5 or 6 in now.
But here's my problem: is I wanted to like Fear the Walking Dead because I wanted to see the collapse of society.
And you never do.
Now that it's part of the same, now that they're on the same
universe
time, I don't care about it. Why would I want to watch it now?
Now I just call it West Coast Avengers. It's like where Hawkeye is. I'm getting another bottle of water, so you have to talk for a minute.
Don't leave, Rich. I don't know what to do without you. I don't know what to do.
A lot of people say that when I leave. Oh.
Do a lot of people also say, I'm going to go play Fallout 76?
I don't know what that is. Okay. They might.
So, Bethesda, which is the studio that produces Fallout, put up a tweet. Yeah. Like, we need to hear more about Skyrim. What's your name? Todd Howard? Put up a tweet and a Facebook post. It was just a GIF of the loading screen from Fallout. Essentially, it said,
Serenity now.
"Please stand by."
Serenity now.
GIF is the right way to pronounce
Serenity now.
that. Oh, am I wrong?
Serenity now. Serenity.
How am I wrong, Rich? Prove me wrong.
Keep talking about your game. I'm just calming myself because you said GIF wrong.
It's GIF. Let us know, folks.
It's kind of like that weird thing. What the hell is it? Laurel and Yanny. It clearly says you're a Laurel. So just go on about your GIF. And
GIF.
I'll sit over here and be Laurel.
It's strange. Briefly, the first time I heard it, I heard Yanny. But then I listened to it again, and I heard Laurel.
Your ears are broken when you heard Yanny.
It's weird. And that's a weird thing. But what the hell was I talking about?
I thought people were talking about my editor at a company I work for, because that's his name.
Yanny?
You were talking about your
yes, Fallout 76. GIF. That was the old loading screen from Fallout, and it said, "Please stand by." So nobody knew what that was. What is it going to be? Fallout 5, which is way too soon for that. Some kind of like Fallout New Vegas type of thing, where it's not actually Bethesda, it's another studio. They're just releasing it. What's it going to be? Fallout Shelter 2, another mobile game.
Kingdom Hearts 3 has a whole board. We got to see the Toy Story board.
And then 2 hours later, they started a live stream on Twitch. That was just a TV that had the image of the "Please Stand By" on it, and a bobblehead from Fallout, which I'm sure you've seen.
They play that weird "You Are My Sunshine."
And that's all they had for over 8 hours. That's it.
Matt Hardy must be there.
They would have a guy walk in every once in a while, and he might take a drink of something and just
That's
look around.
fantastic.
And then
Why didn't you
walk
tell
off.
me? I would have tuned in for that.
Because it was bullshit.
What was it for?
It was for a game called Fallout 76. Nobody's exactly sure what type of game it is yet. We're still waiting for E3, and that's when we think we're gonna. No, they said we're gonna see more information at
Is
E3.
it going to be like Fallout George Washington?
No,
Because that would get me to play it.
It takes
Like
place after
George Washington and the end of the world.
the bombs revived him.
Yeah,
Brought him back from the dead.
I'd play that game. I was very disappointed when Assassin's Creed when I bought it, and I could only fight with George Washington instead of play as George Washington. Anyway, go ahead. Fallout 76.
All it really is right now is speculation.
When is E3?
When?
Yes.
That's a good question.
We both should tune in for that because we both want to see. I want to see Final Fantasy VII, all 20 minutes that they've worked on so far. I figure I'll be retired by the time that game comes out.
Let's see. E3 2018 is going to be June 12th to June 14th. I don't know if they've announced when exactly the various shows are going to be yet, when Microsoft's going to be or Sony.
In Kingdom Hearts 3, only 20-something years later, we'll get another game.
Eventually, I'm sure.
Wreck-It Ralph is in it.
Somewhere.
He's a summon.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, they try to make it look like he's on his own board, but people have already pointed out that you're in Andy's room, and that's the Toy Story board. And the fuck's his name? The kid in the game?
Sora.
Sora is riding him, so it's got to be like where you could punch through the Heartless.
It's funny. I always figured Wreck-It Ralph to be a top.
See everybody's backlash about the Wreck-It Ralph thing where Ariel's not in the princess room with Vanellope?
No, I didn't see that.
They show all the Disney princesses because it's Wreck-It Ralph on the internet. And Ariel's not in the room, so everybody's having a shit fit.
Well,
maybe they should wait for the movie to come out.
Maybe.
And if they don't like it, they should make their own.
The Disney princesses are always weird to me. Like, what's one of them? Like, I've seen, what the hell is her name from Quasimodo? Esmeralda?
Yes.
She's not a princess.
No.
So what the hell is she doing there?
Hanging out.
Mulan.
Eating their food.
Mulan is not a princess.
We were in the Disney store on Wednesday, and they started playing "I'm Gonna Make a Man Out of You" song. I said it so loud, everybody started laughing. I'm like, I can't believe they're actually playing this here. Because I'm like, that's not something you want to teach to a little girl. And then right after that, they played the Siamese cat song. I'm like, this they can play in a children's store, but they can't play it on TV?
Those Siamese cats always creeped me out.
Do you know that for 3 days now, I've been walking around going, me and Siamese, if you please. I can't get it out of my head. It's like an earworm in my brain. They were creepy.
Oh, yeah. Completely.
Yeah, I went to the Disney store because I got the toy box Leia. It looks like the Disney Infinity figure. They're cool. If you left your house more than just to go to work, you'd know.
Sorry, work takes up a lot of time.
Oh, I know how you feel. I'm working 12-hour days, but at least I'm inside. We found a water moccasin snake in my yard.
Great.
I ran off like a little bitch. And my neighbor, who's like 80, had to come over and kill it. You probably heard me scream at your house.
Did I? Is that what that noise was?
It was like when Homer says fuck on The Simpsons, and Ned Flanders goes, that was the loudest swear I've ever heard in my life. I squealed like a little bitch. I was like, ah! Like Ned Flanders.
Did you ever watch Scrubs?
Yes. Except for the last season.
There's a scene I'd completely forgotten about where Dr. Kelso is trying to prove that there's not a problem with the new stethoscopes.
Mm-hmm.
So he says, here, I'll show you. And he puts them in his ears, and they pop his eardrums.
Yeah.
So he can't hear. So he eventually asks Turk for help, and Turk comes out and says, Dr. Kelso can't hear anything, but his eardrums are popped, so as long as you smile and look happy, you can say whatever the hell you want. So he's walking by everybody, and there's Dr. Cox, and he goes, hey, Bob, you mother... And it cuts out to the wood pops here.
I do remember that.
I love that
Cox
show.
Was awesome.
Oh, yeah. Great.
And the janitor.
Mm-hmm.
He was fucking funny, too.
Whose name is apparently only the janitor.
So what's next there?
Well, the only other thing that I wanted to bring up was I really like Jimmy Palmiotti now.
Why?
Because
I've always liked him.
He and I agree that the Tom Jane Punisher movie is the best Punisher movie, or the best representation of Punisher.
All someone needs to do to get you to like them is agree with you.
Yeah.
Because the Tom Jane Punisher movie was good. So,
yeah. You know why?
Why?
Because what was it? Warzone sucked.
Yes.
And the Netflix TV show, here's a hot take, isn't that good either.
It wasn't bad, but it wasn't good.
I know.
It could be better.
Now, Rob has watched basically all the Netflix stuff. He really dislikes the fact that the Punisher is so loud.
Yeah, me too. That's one of the things that irk me.
Yeah.
That's what you hear the entire time you're listening to the show.
Yeah. He says, no, the Punisher would be going in quiet.
Not this Punisher. I think that's all that guy knows how to do.
Might be.
He was Shane, right, on
Yep,
Walking
he was
Dead.
Shane.
I think that's all, because he did it in The Walking Dead, too. So
That's why they picked him.
I am looking forward to Daredevil Season 3, because it's going to be about Daredevil again this time.
Oh, wow.
Instead of Season 2, which was about the Punisher and Elektra.
What do they call that when they're trying to get a new show going? Backdoor. It was a backdoor pilot, basically.
A really long backdoor pilot.
Yeah.
And at least the Kingpin's going to be back.
They had to see if they worked.
I love Wilson Fisk.
That's
D'Onofrio.
Yep.
D'Onofrio, whatever the hell.
D'Onofrio.
All I know is he was the bug on Men in Black.
He was also Private Pile.
He's responsible for me walking around high school going, sugar in water. I'm doing this with my head. And I just love the wife. What's the matter with your skin? It's hanging off your face. That lady with the way she talks.
Yeah.
Aren't they rebooting Men in Black?
Yeah, they are with shit.
They were going to do what? MIB 21 Jump Street or something like that?
Christopher Hemsworth, I think, is going to be in it.
Get the fuck out of here.
And I think, for some reason, I want to say, who played Valkyrie? in
The lady.
Thor Ragnarok.
That's a lady.
I think she's going to be. I'm going to have to look this up real quick and keep the people entertained.
What am I supposed to do?
I don't know. You threw it off on me earlier.
Well, yeah, but I kept talking. I'm just going to sit here silently and make weird noises.
Great. Thanks.
More editing
That
to do.
That was right in my ear.
He's looking up stuff, folks. I don't know what I'm supposed to talk about. It's been a long day. He's very slow at this because I don't give him my Wi-Fi
Yeah,
password.
Tessa Thompson, that's her name.
I don't give him my Wi-Fi password, so he's only been coming here for over a year, and I won't give it to him.
He refuses to.
That's not true. I have a very secure network. Well, not anymore. They fucked it up when they upgraded the crap, so now it's not secure as much as it should be.
Yeah.
But the password is just, even if I gave it to you, you couldn't sign it unless I allowed you to sign it.
Thanks.
Well, I have neighbors, and not just neighbors. I mean, people that drive in here in their car and try and gank your internet. So, not everybody can afford internet. I'm not going to pay for it for them, though.
All right.
I'm a nice person, mostly. But not nice enough to pay for your internet.
But it's going to be Chris Hemsworth and Tessa Thompson, apparently.
I like the way you say Christopher Hemsworth, like you're his mother. Christopher Hemsworth, get over here!
You don't know.
You're not his mom.
What's his middle name?
Florence.
I'm looking that up now, too.
God damn it, you should be prepared with this and know his middle name.
Never prepare a joke, Rich.
Anyway, this week on wrestling, Matt Hardy was on, finally. They're fighting the B team, who had a barbecue on Raw, and people dumped beans on them. It was quite entertaining. It's funny, I could be naturally funny, but being you told me, entertain the folks, I just don't want to do it. I think it's because you told me to.
You don't take orders well, huh?
I used to kind of have PTSD from the last few years of my life. He's very enthralled in trying to find Christopher Hemsworth's middle name.
You just said that oddly.
Did I?
Yeah, you did.
You wouldn't know that. You like my weird picture? Oh, you don't see Facebook. I post a lot of weird pictures on Facebook. Me wearing a mask.
Damn it, it's not funny if he doesn't have a middle name. Oh well, moving on.
His
Joke
middle
sucks.
name is Francis.
Whatever. Not funny anymore. Took too
Oh,
long.
it was a perfect layup to go, Francis. Pee Wee Herman.
Yeah, what? Yeah.
You don't watch Pee Wee Herman?
No, I don't watch Pee Wee
You have
Herman.
no soul.
Okay.
He had a hot dog bush.
That's exactly it. I sold my soul years ago, Rich.
He had a hot dog bush.
I sold my soul to have a popular...
A bush that grew hot dogs.
I sold my soul to have a popular podcast. Look how that worked
I
out.
wonder if they were vegan. He did grow them on a plant.
Don't know. Don't know how that works.
I don't know where that came from. Just kind of shot up on me there.
Talking about Pee Wee Herman.
I like Pee Wee Herman. I grew up with Pee Wee Herman.
Nope. I did not.
I know, because I think he was gone by the time you squatted out.
Probably.
By the time you fell out on the floor.
All right. Fuck you very much, Rich. Thank you.
Your mom had you in the toilet. Your mom's not going to like me.
No, not really.
Your mom has to know that I'm a wise ass by now. Doesn't
like,
she listen to your
no,
show?
She doesn't
Mine
fucking
does.
listen to the show. Why would she listen to the show?
Mine does.
My mother doesn't love me.
My mom says we need to be a little more lively. I don't know. Maybe I'll buy like one of those clown horns or something.
Let me get a soundboard. We can do that instead.
I'm not bored. It's just sometimes when I speak, I don't know what it is. This microphone was sitting in my face.
I said let me get a soundboard, not that you're bored.
Oh, it sounded like you said you're bored.
No, I said let me get a soundboard.
You got a lot to edit out in this clip.
I'll let it go. I don't care.
Let it go.
It's that part of the summer where, like, eventually I'll get used to it, but right now I'm just wiped. So there's very little that I want to do right now. I will get away with the bare minimum if I can.
But you do that when you're off, too.
That's true. But I have a little bit more of an excuse right
Do you
now.
watch TV? I was going
Barely.
to ask you.
Barely.
You're an internet baby.
Yeah.
Right? I can't do that.
I mean, I'll check to see, like, I have shows that I have set up to record, and every once in a while I'll check to see if there's new ones, but...
I can't watch internet shows. I don't know. I try to watch... I really want to get into doing action figure reviews, but I just can't bring myself to set up the computer to record from my phone and do it and put the thing up so nobody can see my house, because I don't want anybody seeing my house. Like, you put like a little white board or a green board or whatever. Understand what I'm talking about?
Yeah, but honestly, it would be a better idea for you to just let them see all the toys in the background so that they know what you're talking about.
I know what I'm talking about. Well, I could make a little thing behind me, too. I don't want all my stuff seen, because some of the stuff is private.
You do have a lot of naked figures back there.
They're not naked, number one. They have pants on. They're just not big pants. I have a large WWE collection.
All right, Rich, they're half naked.
I don't know. People focus on that way too much for me. Oh, you watch those half-naked guys grappling? No. I watch the show they put on.
Oh, sweaty and oily.
You ever talk to someone who, like, you're an anomaly. But if you ever talk to someone who doesn't know anything about wrestling, that's the first thing they say.
Is it?
Yeah, it's so irritating. Just like people when I'm in the store, and it's always a male cashier. Oh, I didn't know we got this new John Cena doll. I want to rip his fucking face off. Why? It's not a doll. It doesn't even say doll on the package.
Yeah.
Why call it a doll?
Who knows? What are you going to do now that Toys R Us is closing down?
Oh. You had to bring it up.
I had to.
Yeah,
It's sad news.
They've been sentenced to deletion. When are they officially closing? July?
I don't know. I think a few of them are still staying open. But
I guess I'll just fight with the pigs on the internet.
well, Toys R Us did a lot of exclusive stuff, didn't they?
Yeah, I'm already losing a Harley because they were going to have the Rebirth Harley as a Toys R Us exclusive. And we lost a lot of WWE. I think is going to be the one to suffer the most, and Marvel, because Toys R Us had a lot of Marvel Legends exclusives and wrestling exclusives. I love toys. I don't get it. Like, I see all these collectors and they get focused on like the documentaries on Netflix. I don't know why I point at my TV when I talk about Netflix, but I do it every time I talk about it, and it irritates me.
You can watch Netflix on your TV.
I know, but I point at my TV when I talk about Netflix, even though the TV's not on right now. It's like I think you're not going to know what I'm talking about if I say Netflix and I don't point at the TV. It's just weird. I want to be on these shows. They don't have to pay me. I just want to be on them. I love toys.
Yeah, I've been meaning to watch that new one. What's it called? It's about the documentary about toys. What's that
Funko?
called?
Is that the one you're talking about? The document or the toys that made us?
The Toys That Made Us.
That was good.
Yeah. I've been
Season
meaning
2
to watch
I'm not
that.
too fond of because it's about Lego. Some little Eggman from Japan. He's like a yolk man. It's like Fukugaya or something like that. Hello Kitty and Transformers. It's the only one I really watched was Transformers, and I'm not a big Lego guy, so I fell asleep during it. But if anybody really wants to understand toy collecting, watch the Funko documentary. It's called Making Fun. And I had no idea that there were so many celebrities that actually do what I do. And they collect toys. Like Kirk Hammett from Metallica
Oh, yeah.
has an entire comic book museum that he opened up. Zack Ryder from WWE, he has a huge Ninja Turtle collection. But it's called Making Fun. It was really good.
I forget, that's on Netflix?
Yeah, it hits you right in the...
I have to give it a shot.
Anybody, and it's weird. Like, it describes me like perfectly. It's someone who doesn't have a lot of friends, but meets people online, and you just become friends because they collect the same shit you do.
Yeah.
I wish I could get to more toy shows, but
I wish I could get to more comic shows.
me too. But you're always working during the peak
Yeah,
season.
exactly. If I had a different job, it would be easier, but
It's not
unfortunately,
really
I just
though.
can't.
Even then, it's still a pain in the ass.
Yeah. Well, that's a pain in the ass that has to do with the show, not just with the job you're working. Did you hear about New York Comic Con? What happened? there?
No. What happened?
Apparently, a bunch of creatives were denied passes or creator passes to New York Comic Con.
That doesn't surprise me with the way it was going for a while.
According to them, it was a glitch, and they're trying to work on it and getting in contact with all the creators.
That's such a bullshit answer.
Yeah. Basically, they didn't want to get more flack for it.
I did New York Comic Con the first 4 years it ran. It was my favorite show, and then when they got popular in the 5th year, they denied me every year after.
Yep. Well, somebody pointed out that a lot of people were tweeting that they'd gotten their passes were advertising executives and people, not really having to do with the creation so much as the selling.
It's become like San Diego Comic Con Junior.
Yeah, that's what it seems like it's going to be.
I would love to go to San Diego Comic Con, but I don't want to go by myself.
I'm not sure that I would even want to go.
I want to go for the experience of going once.
I guess just to say that you went.
I mean, I went to Celebration, Star Wars Celebration 5. Probably won't hit another one. Unless I'm invited to go, and that's not going to happen. It's just not in the cards.
San Diego just seems so crowded and busy. I don't like that kind of stuff.
And neither do I. I hate people. But I still want to go. I really wanted to go to Raleigh Comic Con at the end of July, but with my responsibilities, I don't think I can.
Yeah.
I'd have to lug a handicapped dog with me.
Why can't there be more?
We
during the
live
winter?
in the mecca of vacation spots, and we have dick here.
Yeah.
There is no sports. There is no wrestling. There is no comic conventions.
Excuse me, the Pelicans?
As I said, there are no sports. All there are 6 million bike weeks and the 4th of July.
Which are more annoying than anything else.
What the fuck is wrong with people around here? Do they not want to do stuff?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what to say.
There's a huge convention center in Myrtle Beach.
Mm-hmm.
And all these people that run the shows are forced to run them like out of Sears and shit. It just
Malls.
irritates me.
Yeah.
And when I moved here, I asked the realtor, I'm like, are there a lot of like comic book shows and stuff like that? And she's like, oh yeah, all the time.
She lied so that you would buy the house.
He lied. He's a he. I think. He might be a she by now.
Yeah,
Never know.
I was just about to say, not anymore, Rich.
I don't get it. Like, you would think that they complain on the news all the time that they're not making any money here. You want money, bring nerds. They have a lot of money. You bring geeks, they got a lot of money.
Yeah.
And even the guys with the wives, they'll trick the wife. You want to go to the beach, honey?
Eventually.
Not me. Never again. Oh. So, what else can I talk about?
Oh, that was the news of the day. Anything interesting going on in your neck of the woods?
Not really. I'm working on Star Wars set. I just finished up a Garbage Pail Kids set. And then I have 2 sets that I can't talk about while we're recording
Oh, boy.
because of NDAs.
Damn those things.
They're good, though. And then I have some like little sets in between. I took a lot of work this early summer in the hopes that maybe I can take some of the summer to work on Difficult Dog a little more seriously.
That'd be nice.
Because I would love a Difficult Dog roar. Except, with better animation.
Why don't you... Excuse me, why don't you make a Flash cartoon?
Because I don't know how to use Flash. When I went to college, Flash was just starting.
Don't learn.
Well,
They're getting rid. Chrome isn't going to be supporting it anymore.
that's true. I don't know. I almost had Difficult Dog as a cartoon at one point. It got beat up by that Sanjay cartoon. It's on Nickelodeon now.
Is that still on?
Yep.
'Cause if it's the one I'm thinking about, that's been on for a while now,
Yeah,
hasn't
it
it?
was a long time ago. It was 2012.
Damn.
I mean, I understand why I didn't win, but I wish they had stayed in better contact with me. But everybody once they tell you good luck, you know
Mm-hmm.
that basically means stop messaging us.
Yeah. Good luck is basically lose our number.
I was very happy. I still have the email from the guy and the lady who was in charge, and they were like, "We love the comic," and my life just fell apart right after that, and it never got back on track until I'd say this year. But yeah, I have a couple of things in the work that I've been working on, but I've been working so much I fall asleep as soon as I stop. I basically work until I pass out, shower, eat, and go right back to work.
If I lay down when I get back to the house at the end of the day, I fall asleep.
I'm a huge Met fan. I think I've seen 3 innings out of every game this year because I fall asleep.
Mm-hmm.
Not that I'm missing anything because they're losing, and their city field was on fire the other day.
Oh, today it was, get out of the truck, sweat, get back inside, dry off, get out of the truck again, sweat, get back in the truck, dry off, sweat.
And now we're going to worry about this small business tax gets passed. From what I read, don't know if you can't know if everything online is true. They want, if you sell on eBay now, you have to charge sales tax to the person in the state where they live. That's going to be a huge fucking mess.
Yeah, that's going to be a big, big mess.
So, say I sold something and somebody in, California buys it.
Mm-hmm.
I'd have to file the sales tax for that in California at the end of every month. So
you have to file.
That's what it's looking
in that
like.
state.
Yeah.
That is bullshit. What happened to simplifying the tax code?
Well, according to our president, this is with a quote that I read in an article that I was reading this morning. All the big box realtors are complaining that small businesses are running them out of business.
Bullshit.
So basically, they want to milk us dry so that the big box realtors can continue to be king.
That's bullshit.
Those are the 2 things I was worried the most about with that tax bill when it passed.
But hey, the president's for the little guy, right?
President hasn't been for the little guy since George Washington was president.
That was sarcasm.
Make America great again. For rich people.
Is that enough about politics?
I don't really talk about politics. I make snide remarks about politics, and I don't care if they like it or not. I'm going to get audited now.
I don't know. If I was doing a political podcast, I'd be a bit more well-informed on it. But as it is, I just like making jokes. So
I think if you did a political podcast, you'd probably be the most exciting person on the show, and I'd be the one that everybody complains about was bored. You've been kind of lively the last couple of weeks, though.
Yeah, well, I try.
I wish we could do this more because, people would support it, but we do it for fun.
Yeah. I'd like to do. I mean, we got to figure it out. I don't know if we do something next week. I'll probably try to get you over to my place so we can record some game stuff.
Is that a game camera or does it come on the laptop?
No, that's you mount it on something, and it's a webcam, but
that's what I mean.
We don't have to use it. I mean, I got it because I know you were looking for a camera to use to do your stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And if I ever decide to do some videos,
I wouldn't mind shooting the action figure stuff if you were here with me because I have no idea how to record anything. It'd just be me going. Like my friend has a action figure review thing. He basically does everything one-handed because he's like this the whole time. He's like, all right, and I don't know how he gets.
Well, that seems to be a really. I don't want to say it's a popular style now on YouTube.
Yeah, it's like just film it and.
But you probably don't watch any of his stuff. I'm 100% sure actually. Ethan Van Sciver, that's the way he operates. Is he'll hold up a camera to his fucking iPad. I'm like, dude, you're starting to make money now. You're getting all this money from your subscribers. Learn how to fucking YouTube.
But I guess
he's growing fast.
But I guess
as far as subscribers,
is he growing because of his content or because of who he is?
He's growing. That's a trick question.
Is it?
Because it's half and half.
Is it? That's good though.
No, well, he's growing because who he is somebody who bitches about the SJWs.
Oh, well, that's why he's got an audience.
And that's why his audience is growing.
Yeah.
Because there's people who want to hear people
And
bitching about the
well,
SJWs.
as I tell everybody, he can do that because he's made his money.
And I've gotten sick and tired of that bullshit. Are there issues? Yes.
Yeah, but you're not an SJW.
No, I'm not an SJW. I'm also not an anti-SJW. They're both assholes.
That was Matt,
And
not me.
I think
Okay, you're gonna get a raven with poison on it.
Let me clarify. The extreme ones are assholes.
Yes, the normal ones. Well, that's what everybody though. Normal people are good too.
My big thing is they're both. It's like they were all raised by people who did not teach them manners.
You finally put it into words what I've been trying to say for about an hour now. That's what it was. Nobody has manners when it comes to anything.
Yeah.
It's like, fuck you, you go drop dead. And then they go on your Facebook page and take every picture of you.
Well, see, between you and me, we'll swear and we'll talk and we'll joke around. But if we had somebody in here if Brian Michael Bendis were sitting in this chair
That'd
over
be
here,
cool. I would like that.
we would both be super polite to him.
Yes, I would too.
We wouldn't be, like insulting him and, what have you. We would be polite because he's a guest, and you should be polite to guests and be, who's somebody else we were talking about earlier. Let's say the guy behind Thundercats Roar was sitting in the chair.
I'd be polite too.
We'd be polite.
I'd actually ask him a lot of questions.
Yeah.
I want to know what made him, and I want him to be honest unless he couldn't be. What made him choose that style?
Yeah.
That's my big question.
And that would actually be a really, really, I think that would be an interesting conversation.
Like, what made him choose that? Like, why? I didn't understand it with Teen Titans Go to a point. The other show had a little bit of wackiness in it too, and that's what everybody seemed to like at times. At times, that's what I heard because I never really watched that show faithfully until season 4.
The best episode of that show was Haunted, where Robin thought he was seeing Slade everywhere.
Yes, that episode is great. But I'd like to know what made him sit down and say, all right, let's reboot Thundercats, and we're going to make it goofy. Like, how did that meeting go? That's kind of stuff I want to know.
Let's not make any bones about it, really. The original Thundercats is goofy. Not intentionally.
It had awful moments as well.
Yeah, it's goofy unintentionally because of when it was made.
Mm-hmm.
But that's different than...
All those 80s shows have goofy
yeah.
shit, like Orko pulling out a turkey leg in the middle of a battle.
And
if you think about it, in He-Man, there weren't a lot of battles in that cartoon. It was mostly people standing around thrusting their pelvis and He-Man throwing rocks. And lots of Teela's ass.
You're Ed McGuinness guy?
Mm-hmm.
He did a Thundercats comic, didn't he?
Yes, the first one when they relaunched it.
Is that the one where Wiley and...
No, that's the one where Ed Bendis drew it.
Okay.
I already knew where you were going with it because somebody already sent that to me. See, I told you. I got railroaded for that. She was naked and grown up. And
well, to be fair, so was the other one.
Yeah. And, that was a different telling. Mum Ra is a jerk. We wound up with Mum Ra as the president. Now I'm going to be shot off Twitter.
Why?
But I've been saying that for years.
The majority of Twitter would agree with you.
I've been saying that for years. We had to choose between Skeletor and Mum Ra.
That's actually what it came down to.
We wound up with Mum Ra.
Okay, but who's Bernie Sanders in this?
He's the claw guy from Inspector Gadget.
Really?
Yeah. That's what he reminds me of. The Claw was competent, but everything he did was stupid.
Okay.
See, people don't think I'm intelligent because I joke around a lot. I try not to take things too seriously, but I do pay attention. I'm intelligent in a different way. Like, it's like
you're special, Rich.
It's like chaotic intelligence. Like, I know what I'm talking about, but my sole point is to confuse you so much that you're like, the fuck is this guy talking about? Matt Hardy's a good example of that.
Is he?
He's very intelligent if you listen to what he says without getting drawn into the weird face and the deleting and stuff like that. He uses, if you watch other parts
I would have to watch more of it.
like his actual interviews, he uses words like, I have to look them up.
That doesn't make somebody smart.
No, but the way he uses them is correct.
A lot of people use big words to hide the fact that they're stupid.
He's not stupid. He took his career, was in the toilet, and he brought it back.
Mm-hmm.
That's intelligence.
Yes.
I've done that twice.
See, people think that you can't be smart and stupid at the same time.
Everybody's smart and stupid.
You can absolutely be smart and stupid at the same time.
There's book smart, and then there's street smart.
There's college professors that are so stupid. All set?
Yep. I always have to crack my neck once in a while. It's because I have to lean forward for this. And then I sound really, really loud, and then I sound like I'm up in the sky up here.
Yeah. You sound better like this.
That was a mistake.
You just can't help it, can
That
you?
was a mistake. I went to say something and went, bleh. You can cut that part out.
I don't know. I
We'll
might
leave it.
leave that part.
I almost yacked on your microphone. Too much water.
Please don't.
Tastes like Fritos. I didn't even eat Fritos.
I do have another one, but that's for if we ever have a guest.
My friend's podcast, they've made 3, and Chris Hemsworth is their 4th guest.
What?
Yep.
Fuck off.
How the fuck does that
God
happen?
damn it.
So if Tom Hiddleston's out there and wants to be on our podcast,
God damn it.
some people just get rainbows and some people get dog shit.
Yeah, we got dog shit.
I don't know. I think we put out good content. It's we spend a long time on stuff.
Yeah.
I've noticed the popular stuff, popular action figure reviews and stuff, all the quick stuff. I'm
just not good.
Hmm?
I'm just not good. It
do
takes
you
me a while to do shit. So I can't put it out.
You
like
try
that.
to form your words. I was trying to find a nice way to say it. It takes you a while to articulate what you want to say, whereas I don't think about what I'm going to say, so it makes me look dumber than I am.
Or other things. The Wonder Woman review comes to mind.
I was just in a bad place in that day. I haven't yelled at you since.
Oh, no. That was that day, too. But I'm talking about after that. Nikki's response to it.
If you're out there, Nikki, I miss you. I don't know why you don't like me. You just unfriended me. Is it because I'm friends with Matt? Because I get it then.
Probably.
Didn't like you no more?
But I don't know.
She was cool. I don't know what happened.
She's finished college now. She's working a job.
So her soul is now one with the Matrix.
Yep.
I've been there.
God. Fucking Windows making noises all the time.
I thought it was your text message.
Nope. That was Windows.
I know how it feels to have a job that just eats away at your soul.
So do I.
Did it for 11 years.
I used to have a soul rich.
I had a nice big fat bank account.
God,
No debt.
I don't even get that.
No debt. And you know what? I was fucking miserable.
That's the way life works.
Worked in an ad agency where even if I didn't do it, it was my fault.
You know what? I think that's a good way to end the show.
Even if I didn't do it, it's my fault.
No, life sucks.
It doesn't, though.
And life sucks.
It's what you make of it. Come on, you've known me how long now? I can honestly say that I could walk around and go, woe is me, and be like Charlie Brown.
How long have I known you?
Well, I met you a couple of months after I moved here, so a little over 2 years, 3 years.
Was it before Convergence? Or after? Had to have been
Right
before.
after.
Was it after?
Right after, because the day that I started talking to you was the day you were cursing at Chad for making you buy all those books.
Yeah. Sounds like me.
And he gave you the best answer. He's like, I didn't tell you to buy them. You asked for them.
Well, it's also not my fault that he bought way too many of those.
Uh-oh. He's not going to listen.
No.
He don't even know who we are anymore.
No, he has no idea who I am. He's looking at those Robin comics going, who am I holding these for?
Right next to my X-Men books.
Yeah. But we've reached an hour now.
It's
I
pretty
think
good.
we can call it.
So this will be up in like a couple days.
Yeah, sure.
Don't sound so sarcastic. Be like, yes. So they sit there waiting.
It will be up. Wait, it'll be. Nobody's listening to it right now.
They could be.
So how do they know to wait for it?
Because when this one ends, they'll wait for the next one. But now they won't because you told them the secret.
And the next one will happen
When?
when it happens.
Soon. We're going to have go-go dancers in the next one.
Do you know them?
Wait, there's actual people named the go-go dancers?
Well, you know go-go dancers, period.
Yeah, hire them. Just open up the phone.
I ain't paying for it.
I'll pay for those.
Okay. I don't know that I want that.
We got to... What? Go-go dancers?
You get to sit there being happy. I get to sit there going, uh-huh.
I'll get you a couple of
Yeah.
male ones.
Are there male go-go dancers?
Yeah. Has to be now.
All right. You got me on my phone again here.
Big market. Big
Big
market. Big market. Like, I know what I'm talking about.
You know all about the market for go-go dancers, huh? Male go-go dancers specifically.
No, I never... I've actually never been to a strip club. If you could believe that.
Male go-go dancer salary is the first thing that comes to mind.
How much do they make? How much do they make?
Let's see. Let's see. I know. What's it like to be a straight go-go dancer in a West Hollywood gay club?
What?
Oh, what am I doing? Not video, not yet.
Oh, I see everybody saying right here. I'm got my Facebook feed rolling on the wait list for New York Comic Con. Never heard of such things. Why would you wait list people? 106.
Oh my god!
How much do they make?
I'm not even looking. I'm looking at.
I don't want to know what you're looking at. Don't show me. I can see it in your glasses. You can show me. Oh God! It looks like Borat. Nice.
I gotta get rid of that.
You can send it to Rob.
No.
Rob, look what Rich showed me.